Raila Odinga with his father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who served as Kenya's first vice president. And he did not get to enjoy the kind of honors that we see Raila Odinga enjoying. The honor of getting this award, the commendation, Chief of the Order of the Golden Heart, a state funeral with full military honors. Are we saying that between the two, and now you've interacted with both, that Raila Odinga was probably more consequential than his own father, politically in Kenya?
Well, basically, the father did not get the opportunities that Raila had. If you ask me if in future you really want to, I mean, you should really have considered Jaramogi those days with this kind of honor. Mm-hmm. Because Jaramogi, as you remember the history of Kenya, had the opportunity, if he wanted, to grab the premiership of Kenya. Mm-hmm. That he was convinced that while Kenyatta was still in prison, he could actually accept an appointment to be the Prime Minister in Kenya. He didn't. He said, I'll wait until my colleagues come out. If other than that, then they had, but he immediately started differing with Kenyatta. And when Kenyatta took over, he became vice president, then they differed and so on. So it becomes a bit difficult. He didn't have the art that Raila developed later, which is the ability to say, okay, fine, okay, I have lost here, but we can still get together and work. He was a strong opposition when he stood in the opposition. There was a time when President Daniel Moi wanted to work with him, literally, later, you know, for him to serve in one of the, you know, boards or something like that. It didn't take long. He started to grow the opposition again. And so the father, and that's again where they kind of parted ways with Raila, because the Mzee continued to be part and parcel of the position to Moi. When Moi won the elections, Raila would have come back and said that we can work together. The Mzee didn't have that kind of thing. And there was a time when he really was getting, as we thought, and because I remember when I came to Parliament again, we thought that at this point the Mzee would continue to now work with the president. And then he, with President Moi at that time, that's our president, and he, but you know, remember the activities of 1992, when now they became very strong against Moi in 1992, and he led as part of the forward movement and so on. And if he had enough time with handshakes and a party that was lasting longer like Raila's had, he probably would have been the same. But they were not, I mean, he came from the old school. Philosophically, you know, they grew together, I think.
Father and son.
The father and son. I think philosophically they grew together. Because by the time that Raila was going to Germany, and it's probably because they were more left of center. Mm-hmm. Those days, Jaramogi worked closer with Russia. You know, remember they built the hospital. That hospital in Kisumu now used to be Russia Hospital. And so it was a bit difficult to be reconciled when you are doing two different things in opposite directions. And so if Kenyatta did not recognize him when he was his vice president, you know, I don't even think whether he got the C.G.H. or whatever honor he got. I don't know whether.
Even a state funeral as the first vice president of this country.
He didn't get that. Yeah. Later, and again, this year, you have to give it to the younger presidents, okay? The older presidents were a bit slow in honoring people. They were very restricted on whom they honor and so on and so on. The younger presidents, starting from Uhuru, started expanding these honors. For example, members of parliament who get honors used to be very few. Mm-hmm. But now, you could see that I think out of parliament alone, you would have like 60 members of parliament getting honors. It's a very high number. And some of them, the citizens of this country said, how can you award people like that with honors? Because we know them, and so on. So they criticized that.
Yes.
So I'm just saying that. So if Raila lived during those days with Moi and so on, I don't think he would have got the honors that he got.
Yes. Do you feel like probably there's a dilution of these honors, the